In this little evaluation video, I'll be comparing our poster, which we created as one of the ancillary tasks for our media advanced coursework, to one of the traditional mediums, which is the Rock School poster from the feature film that I believe came out in 2012. So, first of all, I'll start with the Rock School poster. They've got a white background, which I believe connotes the simplicity of the school and the students who went to the school before they get into the music industry. They've also got a silhouette of the child, which is obviously one of the students, or trying to represent one of the students and within the school. All the background images are based within his head, which is obviously all the past, well, I believe is all the past people that went to the school and the history of them, which is then put in, the history of the school is put into you. And then we have the font that stands out on the background, and we've also got the little review here and the little subtitle, institutional information and acts and that involved. In our poster, what we tried to do, so we tried to take the main silhouette here and we tried to use a silhouette ourselves. We wanted this to stand out the most and wanted the audience to start looking at this and then be drawn into the rest of the information. And this is why we picked the yellow colour tone on top of the black, because we believe it stood out the most. Secondly, what we also tried to use from this is the background images. We believe that these background images, they took your attention after looking at the main picture, and when you look closely at them, let me zoom in. When you look closely at them, they're all just a history of this, and if you've watched the film, then all of these involved are actually featured within the film. So here what we try to do is everything included in the background here is also in our documentary. So our documentary starts with the Kooks little opening, and that's featured here. The next thing I want to talk about is reviews. We focus more on reviews than they did, basically because we believe that these were more important, and especially important in creating synergy between all three products. So the inside media is what our article magazine is for. So we picked these reviews and put them at the top as we believe they are quite important, as what would be a small documentary produced on an independent industry doesn't normally get as much attention as such as a big film would. So we believe these would be more important to the audience, and that it must be important and it must be quite well produced and a good watch for such prestigious magazines to be commenting on it. Next we want to talk about the font we used. So we got all our fonts from DaFont, all three. The first one here we just thought stood out as it was quite rough and edgy, and it fits in with the whole connotation of the documentary in the first place, of it whole being independent and raw. However, we wanted to challenge that a little bit by using this signature-like font, which is off dafont.com. This sign obviously connotes the signature which you put down onto the paper when signing for a record label, and we believe this was quite bold and stood out, and it doesn't draw your eye to it initially. However, when you look at the poster and appreciate what the actual documentary is about, which I hope you can gather from the images, then this becomes quite significant. Next we get the SF movie poster font. This is off the same website, and we believe that this brought a more conventional medium to our poster, and it's exactly the same font as using this in thousands and thousands of other film posters. This is something we wanted to keep the same. Something else slightly more edgy about ours is their institutional information they obviously didn't regard as important as ours. For a documentary like Sign to be picked up by BBC Films and distributed by them, then we thought it was important to have them on board and put them in a rather large little logo at the bottom. Also want to show the significance of BBC Introducing, which is featured within the documentary, and there's a little section on it. Also, due to the nature of the industry, we felt that social media was quite important, and therefore we included the little FB/signed and hashtag signed for the two different social media mediums, as we believe that this is a way of creating a brand identity and digital marketing campaign online. Furthermore, within these little movie titles, talking about the people actually featured, we believed it was important to talk about everybody featured within the documentary. Jersey, Mark and Jaws, who are all of great thanks to us, and we wanted to put them on the front cover to really get rid of all speculation that unsigned artists aren't great, and we wanted to try and like enhance their reputation a little bit more.